the $100 million Canadian plan, the future that they're building without asking us. Welcome to Wake Up Canada News. I'm Brad Wilder. This next article was researched and written by one of our Wake Up Canada News contributing reporters. They don't talk about it much, but the plan is already written. A Canada of 100 million people by the year 2100. That's the so-called Century Initiative. And the political class nods along like it's inevitable. We're sitting at around 40 million now, but to reach their dream, 60 million more have to arrive. And that means about 800,000 new arrivals every single year for 75 years straight. The biggest population experiment in human history, and no one even voted for it. Fast forward to 2040, the cities we know are bursting at the seams. Toronto and Vancouver become cities of 10 million each. Glass towers sprouting up like weeds. Rents double again, then triple. People start living in stacked micropods, government-approved cubicles they call sustainable living. The middle class has disappeared into debt. The countryside is dotted with massive solar farms and wind projects where real farms used to be. You drive for hours and barely see a cow, just turbines and condos on old fields. The government brags about green growth, while grocery bills hit the stratosphere. Then comes 2050. Canada is unrecognizable. English and French are barely the dominant tongues in major centers. The government calls it pluralistic harmony, but underneath that slogan, people feel more divided and isolated than ever. The schools no longer teach Canadian history beyond a few sanitized paragraphs about colonial transitions. Statues, traditions, even holidays fade away, replaced by global heritage weeks. The flag is redesigned to reflect diversity. It doesn't stand for unity anymore. It stands for compliance. Property ownership becomes a luxury. The rich own the land. Everyone else rents from the government or the corporations tied to it. The carbon tax is now a climate credit score, controlling how much you drive, heat your home, or even eat. By 2060, the social fabric has fully changed. The healthcare system has collapsed under the sheer numbers. Doctors leave in droves. The solution? Digital medicine. You can walk into an AI doctor through a state-approved screen, and if you complain too loudly, your account gets flagged for disinformation. The Canada of small towns, fishing villages, and freedom-loving families has become a memory told only by old men in retirement homes, if they're even lucky to still be alive. The government says, well, we're leading the world in population innovation. What they don't say is that we've lost everything that made us a nation in the first place. By 2080, private car ownership is, well, pretty much gone. The young don't even remember what it was like to drive without permission. Travel outside your province requires a digital ID tied to your carbon output. People cheer because they've been trained to call it progress. They've been told it's for the planet, for equity, for inclusion. But the truth is, it's all for control. Canada isn't a country anymore. It's a managed zone, a perfectly engineered population feeding the machine. And by 2300, they finally hit their goal, 100 million people. But it's not Canada anymore. It's a corporate hub, a territory managed by global interests, run by AI governance systems and endless bureaucracy. The maple leaf is still there somewhere, stamped on a government document, but it doesn't mean freedom. It means compliance. The dream they sold us of prosperity, diversity, and progress turned into a system where no one belongs anywhere because belonging itself has been redefined as a threat. They call it the Century Initiative. I call it the erasure of a nation. The politicians will say it's conspiracy. They'll say it's, well, compassion. But compassion doesn't destroy the home it claims to protect. Growth doesn't mean giving away sovereignty. And a real Canada, a Canada that remembers who she is, doesn't need 100 million people to be great. It needs the truth. It needs courage, and it needs Canadians willing to stand up and say no more before the country we love becomes nothing but a chapter in someone else's global plan. Thanks for watching Wake Up Canada News. Please like, share, and follow on any of your favorite socials, including Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, X, BitChute, and our website at wakeupcanadanews.com. Till next time, remember you're the voice, and it's time to make it count. I'm Brad Wilder. I'll see you again soon.